Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, the Mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman, here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Welcome back to the Reno Rodeo. I'm Craig Downey, this year's Reno Rodeo president. The rodeo is back and in full swing. Join us for some great family entertainment. Pull on your boots, grab your hats for the wildest, richest rodeo in the West, June 17th through the 26th. We're back in the saddle again.
Retail's impact on Nevada's economy? Enormous. 8,600 businesses, large and small, employing 145,000 workers. And last fiscal year, retail paid tax on nearly $60 billion in sales. We're the Retail Association of Nevada. We support retail, we help it grow, and we mean business.
RANNV.org.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from Las Vegas. And we're honored to have the Mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman. Pleasure to have you back on the program.
Well, I just love being with you, and I love to see your sneakers all the time. And I want everybody to know they're always immaculate, not a drop of anything.
Well, thank you so much. And you look wonderful as well.
I feel great. Thank you.
So just to start out, as we're taping this, it was the grand opening for the convention center today, the new expansion because of World of Concrete. You were there.
Yes.
Share with us some thoughts.
Oh my goodness, the building is so awesome. You know, it went back to the need, fortunately for us. Our convention business has been thriving to the point of international reputation. And so when Rossi Rollencotter was the CEO, president, he looked to, well, how can we expand, which direction? I think he tried to buy the Westgate, but that didn't work. So ultimately, he went across the street where the Landmark was, which was imploded, and then, of course, the Riviera. And so here we were today. All these years passed now, 3 years passed, functional, and its first occupants is the World of Concrete. Had a very good time, I might say, because wood has gone up so astronomically in cost.
It's unbelievable. I
think of the big bad wolf blowing the three little pigs' houses down, not the concrete.
That's true. That's true. So let's start out with some of the exciting things that are happening in Las Vegas. My wife and I went for the first time because it's our first trip down to Las Vegas in over a year, sadly. But we went to Circa. And what a mind-blowing property that is, right on Fremont Street. Derek Stevens' latest dream coming true. What are your thoughts about what Circa means to downtown Las Vegas?
It's transformative. That's the best word I can tell you. To be able to do that, to plan it and think about it, and then deliver it during COVID. I mean, my goodness. And other hotel owners and developers had plans, but they stepped aside, but not Derek and Greg Stevens. And it's so wonderful to see it. I think it's among the largest sports books in the world. So it's great. And, of course, he did own the 51s, and then had to give them up because can't be a Major League Sports owner or a sports team owner and have a hotel casino as well. So we're just excited. We feel a whole revitalization downtown because of him.
Well, and it's a $1 billion property. They haven't officially released the price tag, but it's obvious that that's what it is.
Yeah.
The sports book that you mentioned is 3 stories tall.
Yes.
It's a stadium in itself. Then the stadium swim, which is a 3-story swimming pool on top of the.
It's 6 swimming pools.
6 swimming pools, right? But I mean 3 stories high.
Yes.
But the thing that struck me about Derek Stevens, and I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him yet. I would very much love to get him on the program.
Oh, he'll come, I'm sure.
I would love for that, because it strikes me that where others are building properties that are similar to the other properties that exist, Derek Stevens is out of the box. He is coming up with new ideas, different ideas. It strikes me that he's the new Steve Wynn.
He's different. He's very different from Steve. Steve came from a gaming background in Anne Arundel County. His father had a slot area there, and when he came out with Elaine about the same time Oscar and I came to Las Vegas. And his first real foray, of course, was the property that Caesar's Palace sits on. But what's great about Derek and his brother Greg, they owe nobody. They own it. They can do what they want. And because of the uniqueness of the historic downtown area, it stands by itself. And for him to take that giant leap and say, no, I'm not going to go out with the corporate structure, hotel ownership. I'm going to do this myself. And I'm going to make a difference for everybody in the downtown. Wow. I mean, just everything with the Smith Center and the Ruvo Cleveland Clinic and the museums. There's so much energy, and now we've got apartment complexes going up with retail space. But all of that coming about really because of the passion and concept of what Derek has been doing. I think it's just been food for the fodder, or the other way around, fodder for the, whatever that is, the statement. The reality is he just had a vision, and he's ambitious, which I love. And there's no stopping him. And of course, that entertainment complex where the old courthouse sat is just, he's been having to the point where he opened the Rebel basketball season 3-4 years ago and brought the basketball court down. And so he just does all these wonderful, entertaining things.
Well, and that was my point, was that he is an innovator. He's not just doing the same things that everybody else has done. He's creating new things or doing old things in different ways. And no longer is downtown Las Vegas a place where you come to the strip.
Be very careful what you say about downtown.
I'm going to be very complimentary.
Okay.
Because in the past, downtown was a place where you came to the strip and then you visited downtown and went back to the strip. Now it's a destination. It is a true destination. And my question to you would be, have you talked to Tillman Fertitta about what he's going to do next for the Golden Nugget?
Well, it's very interesting. Tillman has so many restaurant properties around the country. I mean, an inordinate number. And so, I think he's been waiting, sort of like the Boyd Group that's been very involved, and Tamaris Puyo Zabadowicz owns Plaza. Just seeing the Greyhound, as you know, has moved out of downtown, which opens up property for the Plaza to move south along the east side of the Union Pacific Railroad tracks. There's just so much vitality and energy there. And we're looking at what's happened with the canopy that we have just, everybody's participated in it, the Fremont Street Experience Board. The Convention Authority helped, and of course the city made a sizable contribution to totally rebuild that canopy, which now with the 3 stages that are there with all the music and the great New Year's Eve they put on, the rock and roll. I think they were the first on. At 12:01 January 1st, they opened up the Fremont Street Experience. So everything that Derek's done, I mean, it's Derek. It's not a team. He has this enormous team that he's working with. I mean, of course, Paul Steelman, the great architect who's done so much in Las Vegas, did that building with him. And so, it's just, wow, I love the private ownership. That's old Las Vegas, and not these big conglomerates that just are all over the world now, in Macau, everywhere. I love the people that love Las Vegas and want to be part of it and are personally involved with the people who are the substantive part of our community.
So with 3 terms as mayor for Oscar, and you're on your way to 3 terms as mayor, you just have to feel fabulous about the condition that you will be leaving Las Vegas in.
Let's hope. Whoever thought about COVID? I thought we were on that explosive move in 2019. And what Oscar, every once in a while, he says, Carolyn, do you realize it's 1/4 of a century of Goodmans? And I said, but more importantly, do you know that I have 1 more year than you had? You only had 12. I'm going to get 13. So, and we just celebrated our 59th wedding anniversary this past Sunday. Yeah, I deserve the congratulations. He's cute. I just love him to death. He's such fun, and we've laughed so much all these years, but just been so so thankful that we chose to live in Las Vegas. It's been such a great place for us.
And I think Las Vegas is very grateful to you both for all the work you have done. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We have much more after this timeout.
7 at 7 is available anytime, anywhere.
I'm Riley Smith with your Vegas Golden Knights. Watch 7 minutes of nonstop news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Streaming on LVRJ.com and YouTube. Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Serving Our Kids Foundation's mission is to serve homeless, at-risk, and food insecure children in grades K through 8 throughout Southern Nevada. During the pandemic, Serving Our Kids has seen a 42% increase in the number of children served, providing more than 4,500 meals to kids in over 100 schools weekly. Serving Our Kids is powered by community support and volunteers. To learn how you can help, visit servingourkids.org.
7 at 7 is available anytime, anywhere.
I'm Riley Smith with your Vegas Golden Knights. Watch 7 minutes of nonstop news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Streaming on LVRJ.com and Twitter. Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with the mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman. Okay, so there are issues we have to get to, obviously. The headline in the paper going back a few months was Las Vegas mayor calls governor a dictator after state pause order. What is the deal between you and Governor Sisolak?
To be perfectly honest, I really like the man. I separate. I've learned that over these past 10 years and being in the mayor's office. There's a difference between a respect and a friendship and political or decisions. I mean, I don't think I ever call my husband names, but I might, because he and I get at it, and I don't like his views, and sometimes he doesn't like mine. And but I've been in great opposition to what he's done. Not so much himself, because I think the man is a very good man. I think his advisors have not been thorough in how they've approached all this. And so absolutely, I've been opposed to most of his stands on this entire issue, because not that he's not thinking of people and the problems and issues with which they deal, but I hear them all the time, and they're so painful. And I begged him when he made his announcement that he was going to close the Clark County School District. At that meeting, at that press conference, he had been kind enough to call a group of us to let us know that he was going to close the district, and I begged him not to do it because of all the ramifications when you do that with children and everything. And he said to me, which is a matter of record, if I'd wanted your opinion, I would have asked for it. This is a courtesy call to let you know I'm making the announcement and nothing more. And I said, okay. And so I can separate him. You don't go through a nice, long, wonderful, wonderful life and not be able to understand what a job is and what people are called for. Sometimes I don't agree with any of it, and I have great disrespect for people. But he's not one of them. I enjoy him. I always have. And I just think he's whoever he has been advised by. It just was the wrong group.
All right, so re-election time is coming. Are you going to support him in re-election, or are you going to oppose him? Where are you going to stand?
I don't endorse. I never endorse. Well, that's not true. I have endorsed 2 people in these 10, 11, 12, 13 years coming. One was a former congressperson who came out in my first campaign, and then I was told by Dina Titus, Congresswoman Titus, I would have supported you, I would have come out, but we're not allowed to do that. And so the fact that this individual did support me when it came time for his reelection, I supported him. That was one. And then just recently, when Lois Tarkanian retired, I supported and endorsed her successor, because I knew his background, had served with him in many different types of committees, and philosophically his beliefs were very important at a crucial time to pick up Ward 1 with the medical school coming in, with UMC, and so much a part of the heart of the city.
All right, so
no endorsement of anybody.
Okay, and Oscar also would not endorse in the governor's race when I asked him 2 years ago.
I don't know what he does. I just am married to him. That's all. And that's the beauty. That's why we laugh a lot.
Well,
so you're telling me something I had no idea, that he didn't endorse anybody.
Well, that was during that particular governor's race. He said he liked.
Well, because he might have run.
Well, that was the situation was that he had said at the time he wasn't going to run. But he didn't want to. He liked his phrase to me was, "I like everybody." So Marilyn Kirkpatrick was on the program a couple of days ago, taping a show with me, and she was non-committal in whether she would run.
She'd be great
for governor or not.
She's a good hard worker, devoted to the state of Nevada, devoted to people, devoted to her job, and just when you get Marilyn, you get Marilyn.
Do you think that there are a lot of people on the Democratic side who are unhappy with the governor but will not say so publicly?
It's very hard, and I know I'm responsible for me. And until my children were of majority years, I was responsible for them. I'm a firm believer it's really up to the public. The sad thing is social media and the fact that each one of us has one of these to say and be kind or be awful. Times are very difficult to get the genuine word out there of who you are, what you believe in. And it's become a nasty, nasty time. And you just get so sick of how badly people can treat each other. To me, it's not going to be a pleasant time. And I'm sorry. I think so much of our community is unique. And when I say our community, well, I love the rest of Nevada and love northern Nevada. It's beautiful there. I don't know the people in the Pulse Beat that I do, having been down here for 57 years. I know the Faith Initiative. I know law enforcement. I know our multicultural, multiracial families. And we're a good, solid people that we have arguments, sure, but really we pull together, and very important parts of it. I mean, our law enforcement has been unbelievably open to change, growth, evaluation, and we stand with them. I'm just so devoted.
All right, so is that a endorsement of Joe Lombardo?
Well, actually, I'm a nonpartisan, and you know that sitting on city council, we have 3 men, 3 women, 3 Democrats, 3 Republicans, and there's 1 nonpartisan. I've been a nonpartisan, I think, sometime during Oscar's 2nd term. And so, no, I won't endorse anybody. I will speak honestly if asked questions. What do you think about? I have great fondness for Mayor John Lee, and he's done a lot of different things. And he sort of reminds me of Arlen Specter, whatever he wanted to be, whether it was a Democrat or I couldn't keep up with what he was doing. And John Lee, obviously, you've seen how he's really turned North Las Vegas around. There's a lot of excitement there. And so now that he's gone to the Republican Party, I think it's because he feels very centrist. And how do I feel about him? I mean, he's another individual. And Joe Lombardo, the same. I mean, I don't think I can find or articulate negatives as easily as I can positives.
All right, let me ask you about another incident, and we have about 3 minutes for the whole show left here, so and I've got to take one more break. But after the dust settled, after the whole Anderson Cooper interview, what was your feelings about that and how you were treated?
I loved every moment of all of it. It was how I was treated and perceived. We had Mr. Klubeck, who's gone off the charts today, who was the one that brought that about and went crazy. And at the time, our satellite wasn't working, so my whole commentary was done by one of our social media people on the cell phone. I didn't see his face. I didn't see his props. I didn't see his gesticulations. And so I was a sitting duck, and I spoke the truth. I believe in what I said. I believed in it then. I believe in it now. And sadly, we are where we are. I think he owes me an apology, and I'd love to have it from him. I thought he was rude. When I saw the tape afterwards and I saw his expressions and hand and everything else, I thought, oh, if I'd only seen you, you are so lucky I didn't.
And that's where we have to leave it for the moment. We'll be right back with the Mayor of Las Vegas after this time out.
Enjoy exceptional value and a comfortable atmosphere at the all-new Nevada Steak at Tamarack Casino. Great food, fine wines, and delectable desserts.
Ooh, your good times at Tamarack.
Southwest Specialties has been making the homes and businesses of Nevada beautiful for more than 20 years. Their experienced designers and craftsmen create the walkways, backyards, water features, and a variety of outdoor cooking areas that add curb appeal and value to your investment. Call today or visit them at their website and see how they can make your outdoor spaces special. Southwest Specialties, creative, distinctive, beautiful.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Enjoy exceptional value and a comfortable atmosphere at the all-new Nevada Steak at Tamarack Casino. Great food, fine wines, and delectable desserts.
Ooh, your good times at Tamarack.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Carolyn Goodman. She is the mayor of Las Vegas. Tony Hsieh, that had to have been a shock. Were you aware of the issues that he was having personally?
Yeah. Sadly, I mean, I remember at the point early on when Michael Cornthwaite, who is a restaurateur and hotel owner, non-gaming, brought Tony down. Tony used to come in from Henderson in the Greenspun enclave out there, would come down every night to the heart of the city where it was action and everything happening, and would just have drinks and cocktails well into the morning. And then when he decided, with a little encouragement from Michael, to come on down and make headquarters for Zappos, he was just ready to do something, and it really was about creating an element of happiness for people. That was the core of the man. And so over the years while he was there, I saw that that was what he was trying to do. He was not building bricks and mortar structure. Nothing. Those cargo containers you pick up with a crane and you move them and they're gone in a day. But it was that spirit and that youth. I found him somewhat inner and very kind, always wanting to have lots of people around him, participated in many of his meetings and group gatherings and things. But something must have happened in that past year or whatever. You could just see a change. And when he stepped down from the board, the Amazon board, whether that was caused by something, I have no idea. But he was a gentle, good person and trying to find something. There was something Peter Pan about him to me, and very ethereal and just gentle and kind. But I found him just so inner, and there was something sad. And then this happened, and it was tragic. It was just tragic to lose him. And I know that others, his friends, tried to help and would have gone on. My only sadness was that how it happened, just that wasn't what he wanted. He wanted to give everybody happiness. He was Peter Pan.
And that's where we have to leave it. It is always a pleasure to talk to you, no matter the circumstances. And please come back again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Brian Culpa Photography was born in the rolling hills of Massachusetts, and now he can help you experience the stunning beauty of Nevada in a whole new way through the power of flight. Flying has always been a passion for Brian, and at Brian Culpa Photography, he can make your imagination soar. Brian has the creative mind and tools to tell your unique story. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Kenny! Dad? Are you learning? This place is great. Huh? You gotta try this.
Wow! This stuff is great! People are gonna love it!
Yes. Yes, they will.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Watch Nevada Newsmakers on YouTube. You can do that now these days. We'll see you on the next broadcast.